Well, who do we have here? Isn't it crafties coming to learn more about our game? Or more like our craft our game? Yeah, it was an easy one. Anyway, welcome crafties to the short series called How We Make Teamcrafter. In this series, you will learn about our process of creating our game, and we will discuss art, design, development, etc. So you can see our creative strategy and maybe get inspired to start your very own journey. Now, let's begin with today's topic. In Teamcrafter, your character has to craft items for your adventure so they can fight big monsters, right? They are part of our core loop, and they are essential. Today, let's break down how we create these adventures. What are the key components of an adventure? Well, we have their capacities, their sprites, their stats, their stories, their sounds, and their animations. We will decipher all these parts one at a time. Step 1. Game design. So, what is the game design process behind the creation of each adventure? Well, in general, we start by getting an idea based on classes we can find in many RPGs or JRPGs, like Priest, Monk, Bard, or even our Guardian. The Guardian is the perfect example for today, so let's focus on it. Once we have our idea, which is for now a pile of papers on the board, we start to think about its usage in the context of the game. Are they healers, magic damage dealers, supporters, tanks, something else? In the case of the Guardian, they are tanks, so they will take the damage for the team while dealing with monsters. Great! We now have a class ID and its main usage. What's next? The skill sets and stats, of course. Let's start with the stats first. Each adventure has different stats, for example, health points, mana points, armor, element resistance, aggro, celerity, power, etc. In order to decide on stats, first we determine how the character will be played based on its use. Should the character attack quickly, be really slow but deal extremely high damages? Anything is possible. We first try to draft stats based on this idea. Here, our Guardian is a big tank, taking damage for everyone and making sure the aggro is on him. So we need to make his HP stats and armor stats really high. Maybe slow down his celerity, giving him really little critical damage and a high aggro property. Great! Our Guardian now has stats, but they are not really definitive stats. Actually, we must test them and tweak them over time. Okay, next, skills. Each adventurer can have up to 6 skills in total, and there are 4 types of skills. Passive skills, which don't require anything and just happen, either at the beginning of the fight or whenever conditions are met. Behavioral skills. These are the active skills that are used by the adventurer, for example, dealing damage, buffing their allies, healing, etc. Fallback skills. These are skills that happen when the characters are not able to perform a behavioral skill, for example, when there is not enough mana. Last breath skills happen when the adventurer dies during a fight, unleashing a powerful skill. Now that we know the skill types, let's try to give some skills to our Guardian. Let's see, okay, he will have 3 behavioral skills and 1 fallback skill. And it should be around tanking, so maybe 1 ton to keep the aggro? Also, a shield could be great. Perhaps he should be able to attack too. Let's do that. Okay, great. Now, as a fallback, he could maybe just do basic attack. Yep, sounds good. Every time we think about the character skills, we try different things according to how we feel our character should look. Then we test it and see how it goes. Perfect! Now we have many lines on our Excel board, which gives us a lot of headaches. Great! But people don't play with Excel boards, so we have to make it a little bit more spicy. Let's enter the magnificent world of art. Step 2. Art. First, we usually start with some rough sketches of our characters so we can get an idea of what they are supposed to look like based on our game design ideas. Once we are satisfied with one of the propositions, we then transfer the concept to our talented pixel artists so they can take care of their final look. Using their magic, they translate the concept into a solid character that we can use in-game. sprinkle some spice, and here we have our cool guardian as a pixel art character. Cool, we now have a static character. Static? Not for long, we'll give him some animations. Thanks to our animators, we will install life into our guardian. Every character has an idle animation. An animation that it does when doing nothing. Also, we must add animations for each skill so they look cooler. Cause we like cool things here, right? Right? Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. 4 skill animations and their VFX. Alright. But I think we lack a bit of juiciness. To solve this problem, let's ask our sound designer to create some cool sound effects to put on top of these animations. Shh, let him cook. Okay, here we go. Cool sounds on top of our animations. It looks great. Okay, now what? Well, our little secret ingredient in our game is character stories. So let's dive into it right now. Step 3. Story. Alright, a character with spells, animations, and sounds. Let's add our little story on top of it. In Teamcrafter, we add quests to our characters. They have different moods, topics, and interests, but we won't spoil them here. We hate spoilers. Check them out by yourself when our beta comes out. So, each adventure can have 2 elements, quests and voice lines. Let's talk about the first ones first. Quests are small requests with a storyline that you have to accomplish as a player. There are different kinds of quests. Some can be easy, with only materials together, and others might be lengthy, because there is a whole plot going on. To add a quest, our narrative designer thinks about the global story of the game and uses it as a base to insert a story about each adventure. There are multiple tries before finding the great quest, with many iterations. And proofreading. A lot of proofreading. Let's create an easy quest for our guardian. Maybe guardian should ask for wood, because it might be cold at night and would love to feel warmer by creating a fire. Great! Now on to voice lines. These are little lines that the adventurer says at the beginning or the end of a fight when a certain character is present or when a condition is met, and they also reveal small snippets of the global story. Maybe the guardian could say something nice to Seraphim? Something like, I will always protect you, Seraphim. I swear. Seems great, right? Let's just say it's great. Okay, now we can jump into the game, right? Wait, not quite yet. We need to translate first. Yes, because, well, we speak French, as you can hear. Cocorico. But for general understanding, we work first in English, then translate everything into French, and we add more localized jokes and references. Great! Now we can finally go to our favorite part. Let's integrate everything into the game. Step 4. Development. Okay, so we have way too many elements. We have to add everything to our game. But with the magic of our developer and our game engine, Godot, it is fairly easy to do. First, we integrate all the game design elements like stats, skills, extra, so we can test them and tweak them while we integrate the other elements, aka VFX, animations, sound effects, quests, extra. Okay, let's wait a little while for our developer to make his magic.
One eternity later.
Perfect, our character is integrated with everything. Now, let's wrap it up with QA. QA. We need to try to break this character inside and out, and make sure that not a single bug is present, even though bugs might still exist after QA, sadly. And this is when the team jumps into the game and starts doing random things like talking to the Guardian 50 times to make sure nothing weird happens, trying different items, combos, extra. This can take a little bit of time and give our dev a big headache bug fixing all this. Great! We finally finished our Guardian. Phew! Nice and clean. We like it. Now you can play with it. Yay! And that is how we create a character for our game. We hope that you liked today's episode. And next time, we'll discover how we design biomes. If you have any questions or any subjects you would like us to explore in the future, please let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and join us on our different social media platforms like Discord, Instagram, Blue Sky, Extra. Oh, and don't forget, we have a demo on Steam where you can wishlist our game. See you next time, craftists!